What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Football Manager 2022 Journeyman series. Drop a big like on the video if you've been enjoying it. So we got to explain something. This video was supposed to come out yesterday, and it was supposed to be the games that we played from Hereford to Telford United. Wasn't intending to be twice, but that's how we ended up beating them on the replay. There was just a couple bit errors with the recording of the video where, things would have been in the way. I had things while I would be streaming enabled and stuff. So anyway, it's just more games we played off camera in the end to you guys. So we got through because I only had played 3 before that. You would remember that game when Benny Couto scored right at the end to get a late equaliser. But then we played 3 games. We got those wins. So yeah, that's 6 games that you didn't see. Now that's not a bad crop. Even though it was quite, I feel like, the Telford United game was, or 2 games technically, it was more tighter because it took it to a replay away from home and still won. But against Hereford, who are doing pretty well in the league, I was really happy. I would love to get a promotion this season, get that to my name. And I have to introduce that I'm using a new skin, even though I've got it almost for a couple days now. An updated skin of the, Zealand. We'll just go over, the 2.2. I think that's the third, the third update of it already. So, they're being on top of little errors because no matter what club you were, it would show the Premier League table. But there is something else. You're starting 11. But you have to actually be on your club info for that. You go to your starting 11, and it can show, it's like the tactics screen, basically, and you can actually move players around. This is the first time ever this has happened in a skin. But I'm not sure how effective. Not effective. If you want to make a change, sure. But I'm not really sure if you would do that. Because you see it better on the tactics screen if you want to make a change. It's cool nonetheless. Maybe you want to see the chemistry, what I like to call these, the lines. And you can see which players are having good connections as you're seeing an overview of your club. So that's cool. But we're going to run through the signings we made. Well, George Forrest, we got him on loan and his contract's going to expire. Daniel Dobbin, I'm not sure how many of you guys noticed in his contract when we had him that, was running out. Maybe they gave him a new contract because he's got that I can't show you like I did in the last episode, but yeah, because he's moved to Cork City. So that does explain it. His contract ran out. So then you would know, but he didn't leave the club. He was just on a non-contract, but then Cork City approached him and he moved on there. But when his contract runs out and he's a non-contract, you can no longer have him on loan. So that was the situation. And we got a replacement. That was Eunice Cargbo, who got injured. It really intrigued me that he had 17 pace. If you took that out of the equation, that's me trying to hide his number with the mouse, with the cursor. But I would be skeptical about him, but I was really interested. How would that pace? How much would it lift him up? He'd be one of the quickest players in the league. And he's had a couple games so far that he's been, he got that injury on the 120th minute, which was very annoying, incredibly annoying, because now he's out for the next 3 weeks. In the last kick of the game, he literally got injured. So that was, incredibly frustrating, but I could see how that happened, though. We took it at extra time. Maybe the game saw us. He probably should get an injury here. It's been big. It's been big on the players. These 2 long games, especially you play Telford, then you replay, go to 120 minutes. No surprise an injuries got in there. But, to update you guys on, how we brought Cargbo in, and also how we'll be looking for another defender, and maybe they could be versatile as well, how George Forrest was, but we didn't even use this lad, but he was always a just in case, because we never had a big injury to a defender, a centre-back, so I still think we need that kind of move anyway. So George Forrest, as you can see, played 13 games for us, then went back to Waterford, because some of these were just shorter term loans, and that led to Cargbo coming in. So with his 17 pace, he would be really intriguing, even though he's injured at the moment. But the thing is, before we get into the game, we talk against Telford. That wasn't the big against Hereford. That was a big game. We were going to go on to talk about that, just how this played out, because Hereford, I think they played a bit better. We had even possession. They had a few more shots. They had a lot more on target, though. I think we wasted a lot. But I want to show you, let's have a watch goals for this one. It was a key league match. We'll see here with our first goal, we made tactical changes before, look at the time. I made some changes to play a bit wider, and funnily enough, we still got it through the middle. But then we conceded a goal. If you see here, it was from a good tackle, one of those goals, and they hit it from range in typical lower league style. It was a banger. And then we made a change here tactically. We brought Deitch on, but we actually brought him in a shadow striker. But it didn't matter in the end because it was from a corner. So I was like, yeah, being really happy. Oh, look at this position change I made, but it was from a set piece anyway. So yeah, Deitch there, I brought him on for McKay, but dropped him in that position there. So, but actually I did it. Then I put Knowles, I put them directly behind him. So he was, right in the middle. So yeah, that's how that played out. But I was pretty happy because I made tactical changes right before each goal we got. And we made the change and the highlight popped up instantly. So I was happy with that. And then we took Telford to a draw at home. I wanted to beat him at home, but but then we probably wouldn't have got an injury to our right back. And then Widham getting sent off. So, this is all part of the season. And come the end of this episode, we'll be heading into the new year, 2022. So let's get into the first game now. Turned out in a similar fashion where, the first part of the video was, we were updating on different stuff. And actually, I really wanted to point this out as well. So we'll get through it pretty simply. The fact with our scouting, that's why I've gotten these guys from Ireland. We've got no recruitment package at all. So in that case, we'll get players, from England that will be, known to the staff because they're from England. So you wouldn't really have to, I don't think you would just have to do England or even National League North-South. You'd get a few more players. But anyway, the main reason to this, if we go over to our knowledge, Craig Mann, he covers the Republic of Ireland there. He's a player coach. So we're getting all of that because of him. That's very good. It just shows you how important your staff is and where you can actually save money, and maybe, definitely a big reason why we've been increasing because, most of the money going out is just on the wages. So, that's been really big. And then also as a staff update, you see we have 3 out of 2 coaches. That's more, you're like, wait, 3 out of 2. We had 4 out of 2. By the way, we asked the board if we could have more to allow more, and they denied it. So if we go over to staff now, it was Neil Gillespie. He moved to Huddersfield, but we actually got 1.4k compensation, which was nice. But then we went to advance in the FA Trophy, which we got 3k winnings for, so we took that. But to give you guys an update, he was an under-18s goalkeeping coach, which is like, that role is not so important, but he was still another coach in the team that I had on a couple roles, because we don't even have an assistant manager. I'm trying to say, my opinion is, and same on what I just showed you with the scouting, for searching for players. I feel we could pretty much, I reckon if we keep up a form, we get a promotion, finish top, do that and save money. From my point of view, even though I'm intending to leave at the end of the season, I just think that's where we're going. I don't want to be stuck at Curzon, Ashton. We want to move outside of England as well. But the fact if we hold the team in a good financial stead and then have success, overachieve a lot, that will be good on my resume. So, know how to control the financials at a club and then have some success at the same time. It's not a bad start to kick things off, I'd say. Now let's get into the games. But Southport in 17th at home. Oh, you would think this will be a sweep for us, even though Cargbo and Whittam are going to be missing. But I think, Lassie coming in, Challoner, we're not missing too much. But definitely we'll need to get a loan replacement. Maybe in between games. In between games, we'll try and get another centre-back. But pretty happy with the team. And I think I covered majority of things that I mentioned in the last episode outside of the game. So let's get into it with reviewing some of it as well. So, recent praise justified. I'm just going to keep going with that. Let's keep going with that. Go straight into it. And on to the next step now is I updated... because I had that old conversation in the previous episode about the playing in 2D and all that. What I've done is switched it up. We're playing on a TV camera and we switch up the height and zoom, and it does actually zoom auto in and out a little bit, which you will see. And I feel it makes the gameplay look a bit cleaner. So hopefully you do see that today in this episode. And because obviously 2D is a bit nostalgic. That's why I was hyping it up a bit. But I think this is, we're going to like this. You can just see a bit more detail in 3D, even though the quality of it could be a lot better. But okay, we're creating a lot, not a whole lot of highlights. I know I do have it on key highlights as well. It's just good episode length, good game length for the episodes. But anyway, we haven't had as many on target. So that's pretty disappointing for us, considering where they are. We're seeing this as a win, regardless of our expectations this year. So, unacceptable, and maybe we'll look to make a change as well. We're going to go attacking, maybe surprise them in the second half. Maybe we'll slow the game down. Well, we'll go on a standard tempo. And kind of what I explained, this is the changes I made for that first goal I showed with the highlights when I said we play. Oh, yes. We'll go wide. But I think I only had it on balanced, so that was a little different. But anyway. Hoping we do get a win, though. Come on. Challoner, who's on a yellow. I do this every time. Ease off tackles. As I said, I might not show it every single time when I make that change, but I always do, especially for a defensive player, and that was a great chance. We went close. That's the thing. Like, we're in a great position, but we can't... I don't know about playoffs. Finishing tops is so hard, but playoffs... Oh, wait, was a highlight coming there? No. Okay, it looked like it was. Curran's actually having a good game. Keaton Ward, disappointingly, isn't. So I'm going to bring Lassie over there, and then we are limited a little bit with our central midfielders, to be fair. Jack Dunn, we're just going to put him support. Sometimes the simple roles in for midfielders can be... In the lower leagues, anyway, can work for you. But sometimes you get these 0-0s unless a free kick, Lassie, unless you hit a banger of a free kick to be the differing result. I was really building that up, and I think I was more confident than I should have been for a lower league player. But anyway... Benny, it feels like we're not going to get this here. It feels like we're not going to get it here. Like, it's just going to play out 0-0, one of these. Knowles, he's banging in goals this season. We'll bring Jack Mackay. Oh, wait, that's how I wrote... Jack Mackay normally plays most... I think I rotated the last game because of tiredness. But anyway, that happened. Maybe it can be enough for us to get a late goal. Now we'll get the tempo high again, and we'll go back through the middle and be more expressive. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if this sparks. And we'll just say demand more. Last 10 minutes. But I feel like we're going to see nothing in Football Manager fashion unless... We've got a corner here. Waters, come on! Yes! Scott Wilson! That's his first goal of the season. I was like, for a second, what? Haven't seen his name pop up too many times. And Waters we brought on. All right. Yes. I didn't... Oh, before we get too excited here. Oh, you missed the header, you absolute... No, wait, that's moving. Yes, disallowed. Oh, offside. No, mate, you held your line. You did a great job defensively, but missing that header, it still looked... Oh, no. Is that the same... That's Flowers. No, we're going to lose our win right at the death unless... Mummy. Oh, unless Renshaw can save it, but I think it's more down to missing. It has to be. That's annoying. That's very annoying. They couldn't get that back their equaliser because we had a good defensive line. So we're like, we'll give you a penalty. We'll give you a penalty at the end. And that's how this game ends, in a brilliant fashion. And that could be the difference, whether it be finishing off in the playoffs or that automatic promotion. I felt that was, a late winner for us. And that's how, we should have progressed. We're still 6 unbeaten, but, man, I'm annoyed. I really would love to get the title this season, that auto promotion. You might say, if you do that, why don't you stick around for another year? The problem is, with our expectations of this year, I don't think we can do much next season. That's my thing. Like, what are your thoughts about what will we do next season if we get promoted? I don't feel we're going to do a lot. So, I don't think we can get a consecutive promotion. No. So, I'm just trying to be a bit smart about it. Move on. Finish on a very good high. As I said, keeping the financial financials instead, in a good stead, and yeah, having a success, whatever it may be, however this season plays out. So yeah, that's in my mind. And especially the board have not let me to actually... Yeah, the second time, that's why you don't see it here. I did it in the last episode, we could again, and maybe we could later in this season, to work on my badges, but they declined it. They didn't want me to be improving as a manager, even though that's my intent for leaving the club, but I would be still... It would improve, like, in a general sense, it would improve your manager, like, at the club. So if it was a, like, real life situation, yeah. Like, it's making your manager better. Sure, he wants to progress in his career, but anyway. And the fact of not being able to increase the coaching. So the goalkeeping coach we lost, even though he was under 18s, he's gone. We can't replace him because we're already one over the maximum, which is a pretty low amount anyway. So we get through that. Let's move on to try and get a centre-back. And we'll just look for that loan again and maybe to utilise what I talked about. Even though Ben Blythe, well, yes, this is what I want to talk about as well. There's every chance he's going to be wanting... Yeah, that's a reason as well. There might be similar qualities. If you look like Harry McAvoy, okay, to me, he's not... he's got a lot more ones, and even though they're not in... you don't know where one dribbling might be in... Like, you don't want him to lose possession. He's got a lot of ones. One too many. One too many. But generally, they don't ask for wages. So, yeah, be looking out for that for sure. But with their 24, we're going to take a look. Who's the best out of these? Because we're in the lower leagues, let's look for no nonsense and maybe a 10. And then 9 out of 11? No. 8 out of 11. So here, Sears, he's at Shrewsbury. So League One, yeah, he's really good. You could approach to sign him, but he's not going to be joining now anyway because he's contracted. Yeah, so that's not this current situation. Hey, sometimes you can get surprised. So, but more often than not, the English clubs compared to the Irish ones, it's almost every single Irish one you can get on a free where you don't have to pay their wages. It might be the fact that he's only on 150 anyway, and he's a youth contract. So yeah, he's not a senior contracted player. So yeah, there's always different situations, and yeah, he's really balanced, and I think he'll do well. He's not the same where he's natural or accomplished at right back, but he's natural at centre back, and he can, yeah, be a makeshift right back, like if needed, but probably won't be needed because you've got Challoner and Cargbo there. So more focus on being a backup centre back, which yeah, that previous guy was. Isn't that how you love to be remembered by your previous manager? George Forrest, that guy. But yeah, that's who we replace him with. And Sears, you could almost argue he's a bit of a better player as well. I just like his versatility. And something to keep that official is, if you just go over to check his attributes, they're similar qualities, aren't they? You say George Forrest is a bit better physically, but they're 6 and 6 on the averages. But for me, Sears, he looks better technically. Is it just me? Like, his tackling is 2 more. Because it averages everything together. Like, he's got more dribbling But I think as a defensive, his defensive side, yeah, he's good. And next up, away to Chorley. This could be an interesting game, this one. I think it should definitely provide us with a challenge. I think Whittam does come in for Lassie. Lassie generally, okay, he is a bit more, yeah, he needed a rest, actually. Whew, a lot of players do. So Curran off, let's bring on Dunn. This is where you have to get the right mix, really. Man, so we're not... Wow. I didn't think it would have been this bad. Wilson. Challoner, and that's where we can't rotate a right back now. So for this game, sometimes, this is how it is in the lower leagues as well. Maybe a blessing that I didn't start McKay in the last one. You could put him ahead of Deitch for this one, and he's looking ready to go. He's 100%. So, yeah, you take the positives where you can. So I wonder if they're at full strength, though. Or full fitness, more importantly. Let's go out there. Yeah, I'm really I'm intrigued. So forget our stats. Forget our stats. What's Chorley looking like? Ooh, they look a bit stronger, admittedly. Admittedly look a bit stronger, but they could have rotated heavily, we don't know. Simply just don't know. Blakeman. But yeah, I like this camera angle, by the way. And Whitehouse almost scores from range. I just feel it's a bit more of a dynamic camera as well as the play goes on. So, Whitehouse, he's looking real dangerous. But if he's going to be wasting shots, might let him do what he wants. Doesn't seem to be that efficient. Because this is where our target is. Knowles. To be fair, he didn't do much. He didn't do that much at all. So we're going to encourage. Oh, get lost. We paused the game and pressed encourage, then got an injury. I don't want to say too much about it because I don't want to complain. We're going to have to play Curran, or maybe they're both tired. But anyway, that's the second time it's happened so far where you've not continued. We hadn't continued. It's either making a tactical change or a sub and then an injury. I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. Anyway, yeah, I pressed encourage, then that got an injury. Wow. Like, I feel something gets triggered in the code. And leads to equals injury. So, now they're playing this pretty well. There's Henley. Henley goes... Don't tell me it's another penalty, man. Nah. Not penalties being... I mean... Both games. CPU's got a penalty and they convert both. And they could decide both games at this rate. Penalties. Maybe that could be the focus. Oh, no. We bring on our more fit players and they're the one that gets injured. I'm not buying this. Something is triggered wrong. Something has triggered. That's all I'm repeating. I don't even know. Yeah, 2 injuries and a penalty. Injuries and penalties. Injuries and penalties. That's going to be the title. Injuries and penalties. I'm not even mad at my players. Like, exactly. But it's just like the way it's playing out. And this could be like a swerve of momentum. This could be the cause. This could be the cause of it. And Curran is dead, but we weren't intending to use him. Deitch will take off Dominic Knowles, our best striker, but it's just the situation. This is just the situation we are a part of. We can try and be more... Yeah, might as well now. We'll just go a more attacking way. Even though we're generally pretty direct, we'll increase that. Maybe we'll just try and go wider and maybe something's... No, we'll still go through the middle, though. Because that's our threat. Maybe we'll try going over the defense, but... I can tell. It's not going to happen for us in this game. Unless there's an amazing switch, like, yeah, we're dead. Like, fitness, couple injuries... To guys we haven't used much, so they're fit. Or we've used them enough where they're sharp enough to play, but almost one of those. I'm realizing that we're seen as having like a lot of players like tired. So we were probably due to get an injury, but not to the guys that were fresh that we weren't using as much. The wrong guys got injured. But I feel we were supposed to get an injury or two, which we did. But to the guys that probably shouldn't have got injured. Unfortunately, these games, or this one specifically today, could this be a switch and a turn in momentum or just a couple of down games for us? Because in the end, we only lost by a goal in a game where it was against us, but we lose top position now. So injured 3 to 7 months for Man. I'm just going to leave 4 to 5 months. I'm saving money at all costs. It's only 2.4k, but it's a substantial period. Maybe we'll try and get another loan. Like, maybe that's what I will do. And get absolutely lost FM. You see me dominating, don't you? Financially. We're still going to overachieve, so that's not going to change it. But, like, I'm frustrated, man. Like, I didn't see that coming, and I don't think it made sense, those injuries. Two of them. Now they're reaching for things to get disappointed about, the recent games. Oh my gosh. A+ job, though. Anyway, it can't always be perfect. We need frustrations. We're still second in the league, though. We've got to look at the positives. Scott Wilson has been very good. But, yeah, leave your thoughts of this episode today. I think if what I recorded this episode as, number 5 as, it would have been more positive vibes to it. How we advanced in the FA Trophy, which we are still in, of course. But I reckon we're going to look for, hopefully, you know, I'm just going to go over it now so you guys can see who would potentially be available. Like, say, if we look for a left winger, we'll get rid of this. We'll just try and go exactly the same way. These are just guys that are only listed. Maybe if you put left wing, you generally get a few more players there. And, yeah, generally left wing can play left mid as well. But that's what we're going to be looking for. Maybe Hayes, Kean Hayes. He doesn't scream at me, but will the rest be better than him? We are going to find out. You got Brooklyn Ilunga as well. Yeah, there's a few there. But we're going to be looking at guys that we will be able to not pay their wages like we've made these other signings on. If anything, it makes you delve more into the market, deal with it the way you can. For getting automatic promotion this season, no, it's not over. Hell no. Hell no, but this is just a little... Sometimes you like this. Sometimes this is a good thing, especially from your guys' point of view, a viewer's point of view. It's a challenge, and this is what we like about Football Manager. Even though it makes you frustrated in the moment, it makes you make changes. And that's the thing about FM. You don't just keep going and winning games, because in the end, that leads to get you bored. Like, oh, we're winning every single game. Let's do something else. But here, it gives us issues. But that's the thing. I felt like they were giving us an issue. They were forcing an issue on us in terms of injuries. But yeah, that happens. I just feel the wrong players got injured, to be fair. Those lads look fit. We hadn't been using him as much. But anyway, leave a thumbs up on the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.